Watch ABC 6 News first at 4 immediately after Hot Bench.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Deadly crash. One person is dead, another injured in a late-night crash in Cranston. What police are saying happened. Plus, 5 people are missing at sea after trouble with their submarine heading to the wreckage of the Titanic. We hear from the Coast Guard about the rescue efforts and how much air the crew has left. And a federal judge has ordered former President Trump to keep quiet about evidence given to the defense in the classified documents case. What he's saying to Fox News about the case. And good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Taralyn Azak. It's Tuesday, June 20th. Your 6 o'clock hour of Good Morning Providence begins. Let's get a check with meteorologist Skylar Spindler of that forecast.
We're looking outside, so depending on where you're looking at, depends on how nice it is. So different view as we're taking a look outside. You see the clouds already starting to increase, so they're already starting to move in. So some of you guys are already seeing the clouds. Some of you guys have some nice weather right now, and you're getting some clear skies. So as we start to head through the day, expect those clouds to continue to increase. We have some drier conditions heading into tomorrow and Thursday before the next round of rain starts to arrive. So Providence is looking at 53 degrees right now. Winds are out of the northeast at about 3 miles an hour. Temperatures this morning, well, as you're waking up, a lot of 50s around the area. Already starting to warm up. So we had some upper 40s in the last hour. Now we're looking at 50 degrees in New Bedford. If you're heading up to Boston doing your commute, 58 degrees this morning to get you started there. 58 degrees in Block Island. So as we move through the day, again, like I said, we have these increasing clouds that are going to start to move through the area. So some of you guys to the south, you're getting some sunshine right now, and then that will change a little bit later on. But then the clouds start to part ways as we head later on in the afternoon, and we could see a couple little spot showers popping up. A lot of it staying to the north of us, but once it starts to move into our area, we could catch a couple little sprinkles here and there. So don't be surprised. Not really everyone's going to see anything. And as the sun starts to go down tonight, that energy starts to go away as well. So temperature wise today, we're going to stay pretty mild, just about what we saw yesterday, those upper 60s and low 70s, increasing clouds. We'll keep the winds fairly light today, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. New Bedford, here's your 4-day forecast. Upper 60s today, you'll be in the 70s tomorrow. We got those evening showers moving in Thursday night. Friday, you got the scattered showers moving in the area. I'm going to have more details on the forecast and the 7-day coming up here in just a moment.
Skylar, thank you. Happening now, a search for a submarine off the coast of Cape Cod. It's a race against the clock to find a group of tourists in a submersible that went missing in the Atlantic Ocean. Officials say a sub that takes tourists to see the wreckage of the Titanic, it lost contact with its guide vessel Sunday. And now search parties are scrambling to find the lost sub before the people on it run out of oxygen. Good Morning Providence reporter Yanni Trigelis is live to tell us more about this frantic search. Yanni.
Well, Taralyn, there are 5 people on that sub that went missing Sunday morning, less than 2 hours into its dive into the Atlantic Ocean. Now, in total, there are 96 hours worth of oxygen on that sub, and it's now been almost 48 hours since crews first lost contact, about 900 miles off the coast of Massachusetts. Now, again, time is of the essence to find that sub that's touring the wreckage of the Titanic. Now, according to a Titanic expert that's been inside of this submersible that's run by Ocean Gate Expeditions, the 21-foot sub's technology, it gives occupants hours of oxygen, and the sub also provides those 96 hours of life support for up to 5 people, according to the company's website. Now, the crew again lost contact with the Ocean Gate ship that's guiding them above water just an hour and 45 minutes into its trip down to the Titanic, 13,000 feet underwater in the Atlantic Ocean. And now again, it's a race against the clock by the U.S. and Canadian Coast Guards to find the 5 people on board using sonar and radars that are able to reach both above and below water.
It is a remote area. And it is a challenge to conduct a search in that remote area, but we are deploying all available assets to make sure that we can locate the craft and rescue the people on board.
And among the 5 people on board the sub include UK businessman and billionaire Hamish Harding, who was one of the mission's specialists, as well as 2 other crew members that have been identified by their family as Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleiman. Now, it is still unclear at this time how this sub lost contact with its guide ship above the water. But again, these Coast Guard crews, they are searching frantically to try to find that submarine and those 5 people on board before those 96 hours of oxygen run out. We're live in New Bedford. Yanni Tregelis, ABC 6 News.
Thank you, Yanni. Good morning, Providence. Following developing news out of Cranston this morning, a deadly head-on crash kills 1 person and seriously injures another. It happened on Scituate Ave around 9 o'clock last night, and according to Cranston police, it was 2 vans colliding. The impact so severe, firefighters needed the jaws of life to get one of the victims out of the damaged vehicle. One of the vans was carrying oxygen tanks, making this an active hazmat situation in addition to being a deadly head-on crash. The victim remained hospitalized with serious injuries. In drug and gun charges for a Johnston man after a traffic stop. According to police, 50-year-old Mike Lovenberry was pulled over last week, and during the stop, police found several baggies of cocaine and a loaded gun. Lovenberry is facing several felony charges, including possession of a firearm in a crime of violence and possession of a narcotic with intent to deliver. He was arraigned as a bail violator in connection with a previous arrest. And a judge throwing the book at a Providence man for a brazen 2019 assault and robbery. Diamond Wilson Wooten pled guilty to 2 counts of first-degree robbery, 3 counts of first-degree sexual assault, plus gun and conspiracy charges. The judge sentencing him to 32 years in prison. The 2 other defendants have already been convicted. And the city of Pawtucket is looking for local business owners who would like to take part in the final fireworks celebration at McCoy Stadium. Fans are invited to McCoy's final inning, which will kick off on July 3rd. People can go on the field for music, food, and games before the fireworks go off just after 9. Local business owners are invited to fill out a form to be a part of the send-off. Forms for volunteers are also posted. We have all of that information for you on our website at abc6.com. Good morning, Providence, with continuing coverage on former President Donald Trump. In a new interview, Trump is shedding new light on that federal indictment in the classified documents case. He spoke to Fox News about a key piece of evidence in the case, and he offered an explanation. ABC's Ika Jachi has the details.
This morning, former President Trump is addressing a key piece of evidence in the federal indictment stemming from his handling of classified documents.
Ready?
You were recorded.
It wasn't a document.
Okay.
I had lots of paper. I had copies of newspaper articles.
Prosecutors say Trump is heard on audio showing what he called secret information to people at his New Jersey golf club in 2021 and acknowledged the document was classified and highly confidential. But in a new interview with Fox News, Trump says he was not referring to an actual document on that recording.
I didn't have a document per se. There was nothing to declassify. These were newspaper stories, magazine stories, and articles.
Trump has pleaded not guilty to 37 federal charges, including conspiracy and obstruction. Prosecutors accuse him of illegally keeping classified documents at his Florida resort. Trump now says he had personal items mixed in with those documents, which is why he says he did not comply with the subpoena to return the records.
Golf shirts, clothing, pants, shoes.
Trump also talking about his campaign, saying he wants to be less combative if he gets a second term. But he also intensified his feud with his former Attorney General Bill Barr after Barr blasted Trump this past Sunday.
You know, he's like a defiant 9-year-old kid who's always pushing the glass toward the edge of the table, defying his parents to stop him from doing it.
Bill Barr, who's, a coward. Bill Barr was a coward. Bill Barr didn't do what he was supposed to do. I fired him, and he has great hatred.
Ika Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
Let's take a trip outside, shall we? Taking a look outside with our ABC 6 Sky Cam at 6:09. Let's take a look at your drive times now for you. I-95 northbound, Attleboro to Canton, about 19 minutes, so looking okay there. And still to come on Good Morning Providence, Johnston's mayor is now taking over the town school department. We'll explain the reason why it's happening. Plus, parents of little ones, listen up. Why a new poll says parents don't investigate kids' complaints of tummy aches. Why you need to do more. Skylar.
Well, we're looking at the temperatures this morning. So as you're getting up, getting ready to head out the door, we're in the 50s around the area. It's mild, so it's not too bad. So if you're heading up to Boston, 58 degrees. It's 53 in Providence right now. Today, just expect those increasing clouds through the day. A couple maybe spot showers here in the late afternoon. Keep those temperatures fairly mild today in those upper 60s and low 70s. Light winds. And New Bedford, here's one last look at your 4-day forecast. Upper 60s for today. You'll be at 70 degrees on Wednesday. Some spot showers and evening showers popping into the forecast on Thursday. And for Friday, 74 with showers in your forecast. I'm going to have the full 7-day forecast coming up after the break.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty. Lease a Tucson for $249 a month or get 0% APR for 36 months or $750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Something doesn't feel right to you? Call Attorney O'Due, a new face to the law. You've got questions, he's got answers. Injured? Don't let it linger. Bad employer? Contact your lawyer. Every case our firm handles starts with a free consultation. So call today.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill once a day. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. And they felt dramatic and fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq Relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile. The way it makes you look and feel. The way a smile lights up a room. So people can see the best version of you. Which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe with America's best warranty. Lease a Santa Fe for $249 a month or get 0% APR for 36 months or $750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
6:13. Good morning, Providence continues with a focus on our schools. The town of Johnston is taking over the school department. This comes after the department ended this school year with another major deficit. ABC 6 News reporter Alyssa Azar, she has the story.
For the budget year ending in 2022, the Johnston School Department finished off with a $955,000 deficit.
I think it's an aid issue, but I also think they have a lot of unfunded state mandates, particularly with the out-of-district tuition and also with DCYF placement. So I really think it's a perfect storm for the school department.
Mayor Joe Palacina Jr. says the school department will most likely end the 2022-2023 fiscal year with a multi-million-dollar deficit, which is what's prompting the town to take over out of concern.
What we have right now is we have a little bit less than a year to work on a plan for the 2024-2025 year.
Palacina says another issue is children attending schools out of the district. He says there are around 160 students learning out of district, costing taxpayers $17,000 a student.
What the school department is working on is bringing in more pathway programs that fit the needs of the students. But another crucial thing for the town is to build the new schools, in particular in the new high school. Because as it stands right now, we don't have the facilities to bring back some of these crucial programs that we need to keep the kids in district.
According to Policina, an audit is being done on the school department and will be completed in August. He says once that's done, the town will decide what changes need to be made.
And that'll really give us a baseline of decisions that we have to make in the future.
ABC 6 News reached out to the superintendent and chairman of the Johnston School Committee and have yet to hear back. In Johnston, Alyssa Azara, ABC 6 News.
Governor McKee signing a bill declaring Juneteenth a state holiday. That now brings Rhode Island in line with federal recognition of the day. And yesterday's signing was one of several local events recognizing the end of slavery in the U.S. Over in Newport, they held a celebration with musical performances and historical reenactments of slaves who fought in the American Revolution. The statewide observance of Juneteenth, National Freedom Day, will start next year. In a face-to-face meeting between China's president and the U.S. Secretary of State, both pledging to repair their relationship. Antony Blinken, the first U.S. secretary to visit China in 5 years. Speaking with China's president after a meeting with China's foreign minister and U.S. envoy, Blinken saying China would not resume military-to-military communications after the Chinese warship incident in the Taiwan Strait earlier this month.
We have no illusions about the challenges of managing this relationship.
And Blinken saying the two sides are starting to find common ground, but the U.S. is still hoping for China's stance to change on the war in Ukraine and cyber issues. President Biden hoping to speak with President Xi in the next few months.
And now, your ABC 6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
We're checking out the view outside right now, and we got some clouds starting to move in, but we do see the sunshine right over here on the Capitol. But Providence looking at 53 degrees with the winds out of the northeast at about 3 miles an hour. Newport, you're sitting at 54 degrees and your winds are out of the northeast at about 3 miles an hour. So the temperatures this morning as you're waking up, we got a lot of 50s in the area. It's pretty mild outside, so it doesn't feel entirely too cold. We're looking at 54 in Norwood, 58 up in Boston, 50 degrees in New Bedford right now. So here's a look at those forecasted highs as we head through the day today. Going to be about like what we saw yesterday. We're going to have those upper 60s and some 70s. So pretty much a repeat of yesterday. And here's what's going on outside. So we do have a bit of a high pressure system that was helping us, that was going to keep us a little clear, but unfortunately it's staying a little bit too far to the north, and we're getting some little waves of energy that's going to be moving in later on today. So you can kind of see these clouds increasing as we head into the morning hours. Temperatures moving up nicely by lunchtime. Will be in those upper 60s and some 70s by noon. But then again, you can see a little spot showers popping into the area. A lot of it stays mostly north, but by the time we get into the later day, again, we could just catch a couple little sprinkles here and there as it starts to move through the area. But as the sun starts to go down, the energy just starts to go away. So we do see some clearing as we head into the evening hours and those temperatures dropping tonight. So for today, just expect those increasing clouds throughout the day. We'll get sunshine, so don't worry. We'll see some sunshine. We'll get the clouds. It'll kind of move in and out, and we'll catch a couple little spot showers and some sprinkles here and there, but nothing to be worried about. Most of us won't see that as well, so keeping those temperatures pretty mild today as well. So here's what we're expecting in the future cast. You can kind of see what's going on here. So high pressure system stays mostly to the north of us, and you can kind of see we're right on this edge of this line. So unfortunately, those clouds do start to move into our area. Now the timing on the next system that's moving through, we're going to start to see some rain moving in towards the weekend. So marine forecast in Newport, if you're heading out, your high tide is going to be at 10:11 a.m. Low tide will be this afternoon at 3:14 p.m. Swells 2 to 3 feet. Conditions are pretty fair right now, and the water temperature is 64 degrees. So we're tracking the tropics right now. We're watching on the satellite and radar, just watching how now tropical storm Brett is starting to form. And this is going to be making its track through, moving quickly because the waters here are pretty warm. We're in the 80s. And as it starts to move across the Lesser Antilles and towards Puerto Rico, it's expected to become a hurricane strength. As far as the track after this, a little bit questionable at the moment, a little too early to tell. For us, 7-day forecast, we're looking at 71 today with those spot showers in the evening time. And tomorrow, that's the first day of summer. We're going to see 74 degrees. Moving into Thursday, Thursday starts off pretty nice, but by the time we get into Friday, we get some of those scattered showers. And unfortunately, those scattered showers are going to be sticking around with us through the weekend. And I don't really have any better news than that, just some scattered showers. But the good news, I think, is that Saturday, the scattered showers are going to be focused more in the afternoon. So just a couple hours in the mid-afternoon. So you'll have a good morning, a good evening, just a couple of scattered showers in the afternoon.
Yeah, the weather is indecisive like me when it comes time for dinner. I just don't know what to eat, and the weather just can't decide if it wants to be spring or summer.
Especially here, it can't decide. We're literally right on the line. Models are hating us right now. Models do not like New England, unfortunately.
Okay, they know.
I know.
They
just don't like us. We can't catch a break here.
Yeah, it's tough. All right, well, glass half full. Maybe I will change around next week. And at least we're getting some sun today, thank goodness.
We could do brunch indoors.
Indoors, yeah, indoor. Inside, not outside.
We'll do brunch inside, okay?
Exactly.
That's what we're going to do.
That's what we have to do.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Skylar. ABC 6 with a focus on your health. A new poll suggests parents should take children's stomach pain more seriously. The poll found 1 in 6 parents say their child complains of tummy aches at least once a month. And while 1 in 3 parents surveyed are confident they can identify whether the belly pain is serious, parents do not always seek professional advice when these complaints they become regular. The poll found 2 in 5 parents who report monthly belly pain for their child have not discussed the issue with a pediatrician. Summer is the time to head back to the beach and relax, but there are some things to keep in mind before heading out your door. Ika Jochi takes a look at the most dangerous beaches in America.
The beach is a great place to relax, especially in the summer, but swimming in the ocean or any body of water can be risky. According to the website Travel Lens, New Smyrna Beach in Florida took the top spot for shark attacks with 32 since 2010, a far cry from the 9 up the coast at Myrtle Beach. When it comes to surfing, Travel Lens ranks Panama City and Daytona Beach, Florida, with the highest number of fatalities with 24 and 16 respectively. Officials say keep the following safety tips in mind whenever you or a loved one enters the water. Number 1, swim when a lifeguard is present and monitoring your area. Number 2, don't swim alone. Have at least one swim buddy that can get help. Number 3, stay in your zone. Don't swim in dangerous rip currents or areas that surpass your swimming abilities. And lastly, check weather warnings and water conditions before you head out. With this Medical Minute, I'm Ika Jochi, ABC News.
It is 6:22, still to come on Good Morning Providence. Pain at the pulp. Yep, not the pump, the pulp. High prices for your OJ. They're here to stay. Why there's no relief in sight for consumers this year?
This week, stop and shop for great deals. 80% lean ground beef or I-round roast are $2.99 per pound with a digital coupon. Coca-Cola mini cans 10-pack are buy 2 get 1 free. Plus, now get locked-in savings for weeks. Look for our new deal lock tags throughout the store. Stop and shop. Feed the moment.
4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop, like 4 of my best-selling playgroup sectionals. Keep it fun and functional on my playbook, only $9.99. Or go with my highly rated Playscape for only $12.99. Don't forget my playroom, also $12.99. Stretch out in style on my 4-piece playground, only $24.99. With financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Now get a low $2.99 per month lease on Rogue.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
Do you need to restore your home or business after a disaster? DAI does that. And here's how we do it. DAI's certified technicians are highly trained and use advanced restoration and cleaning procedures to get your home or business restored quickly. Using state-of-the-art technology, you get the highest level of expertise and exceptional customer service. DAI Restore is family-owned and has over 40 years combined experience. Call us 24/7. When disaster's at your door, call DAI Restore.
This week, stop and shop for great deals. Nature's Promise chicken breast or thighs are $3.99 per pound. Hothouse peppers, cucumbers, or green peppers are 5 for $5. And strawberries, blueberries, or blackberries are buy 2 get 1 free. Stop and shop. Feed the moment.
With so much at stake, more Americans turn to ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 newscast across all of television.
And ABC 6 News with Tiffany Murphy and John DeLuca, Southern New England's trusted news team.
Watch ABC 6 News first at 4 immediately after Hot Bench.
624, Good Morning Providence with consumer news. Homeowners insurance is becoming more expensive. The reasons: climate change, rising costs to rebuild or make repairs, and a sharp increase in the premiums from reinsurance companies that are used by insurers to limit their risks. Now in Florida, some major insurance companies have already pulled out of the state. State Farm and Allstate are no longer writing new homeowner policies in California, partly because of the increased risk posed by homes by wildfires. And a lousy citrus crop this year means the price of orange juice will be going up again. A gallon of orange juice is already going for nearly $10 at some retailers. Not only will you be paying more, they say you'll notice it doesn't taste as sweet. Not liking the sound of that. All right, that's because nearly all groves, they were hit by a disease which causes the fruit to become bitter. And to make matters worse for consumers, analysts say the U.S. will not be able to lean on Brazil for imports because farmers there, they also dealt with bad weather. Let's take a peek at that forecast. Here's meteorologist Skylar Spindler.
It's 53 degrees. Winds are out of the northeast at about 3 miles an hour. So here's what we can expect moving through the day today. So we have those increasing clouds today. A couple of spot showers here and there later on the afternoon. Most of us won't see anything out of this. We'll keep the temperatures pretty mild, those upper 60s and low 70s around the area. So here's a look at that futurecast as we head into the day today. You'll see those clouds increasing, and a lot of us are already seeing some clouds right now. Here's the spot showers that I'm talking about that'll be moving through the area. So you see the clouds start to move out. So we got some dry air in here. So again, that's why we're going to just see some sprinkles and little spot showers here and there. But when the sun starts to go down, the energy in the atmosphere, we start to lose it. We clear up a bit in the overnight. We'll see those temperatures drop down a little bit. Before tomorrow, summer begins, 74 degrees, moving into Thursday, 75. But we got some scattered showers moving in for the weekend.
626, still to come on Good Morning Providence. The U.S. Secretary of State in a high-stakes meeting with the President of China as tensions rise to an all-time high between the two superpowers. Yanni.
The clock is ticking after a sub touring the Titanic goes missing off the coast of Massachusetts. Coming up after the break, I'll have more on the search before the passengers run out of oxygen.
You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6. Thanks for getting your morning started with us. We'll be right back.
Motorcycle accidents happen fast.
The car came out of nowhere.
Put me in a hospital. I called a lawyer that knows motorcycle law.
De Oliveira and Associates. They got me way more than I thought I'd get.
Problem solved.
Call De Oliveira and Associates on the Hurt Line right now.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Now get a low $299 per month lease on Rogue.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
Long Moving and Storage is New England's premier moving and storage company. Whether it's a household or an office move, the experienced team at Long Moving and Storage will handle your items with the utmost care.
Whatever your moving and storage needs, Long Moving and Storage has got you covered.
Summer's the time to save up to 20% on your entire purchase at Raymore & Flanigan's Summer Savings Event. Get 10, 15, or 20% off your entire purchase. Make your living room more beautiful, your bedroom more cozy, your dining room more inviting, and your patio more relaxing. Or buy now and pay later with financing. Get 72 months to pay with no interest. Shop our huge selection of mattresses ready to deliver tomorrow for free. Save more when you buy more. Get up to 20% off at Raymore & Flanigan.
Frisky's World. The perfect reminder that life's more fun in the deep end.
Yeah, so never stop exploring. Always keep it real.
And do whatever floats your boat, just like we do.
Feed their fantasy.
Friskies.
It's all the small things that make you, you. Show them off in a big way with incredibly detailed photos on the iPhone 14 Pro or the huge display of the iPhone 14 Plus. And now you can get it all at Cox Mobile with a plan that fits you based on the data you need. Instantly save $200 on the newest iPhones, now at Cox Mobile. We're different because you're different.
So what's the plan? Delay? Deny?
What? They called the law offices of DeOliveira and Associates.
I think you should handle this one.
Call DeOliveira and Associates on the Hurt line right now.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Hello, welcome back to Good Morning Providence. I'm Taralyn Azak. It's 6:30. Let's get right into it. Let's send it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler for a check of that forecast, which I'm not liking that much, Skylar, but we're trying to see the positive here. Summer kicks off tomorrow.
I know we're trying to see the glass half full out of this forecast. Right now we're taking a look outside and it's not so bad. Depends on the direction you're looking in. Right now, looking across the bay, it looks pretty nice. So to the south of us, got some pretty clear skies, very pretty outside. However, the other direction, the clouds are starting to creep in. So here's what we're looking at for today. Some spot showers as we head into the later afternoon hours. We do have those increasing clouds throughout the day today, but we do have some dry conditions for tomorrow and Thursday. So Providence is sitting at 53 degrees right now. Winds are out of the northeast at about 3 miles an hour. And here's a look at those temperatures around the area. So we're in those 50s right now. We're going to warm up quickly here. So 50 degrees in New Bedford. It's 58 up in Boston, 56 in Westerly this morning. So here's what we're looking at as we start to move through the day. So you can kind of see some of these spot showers mostly to the north of us, but they do start to make their way into the area. And again, we'll see some of those showers popping up. They'll be light, so we got some dry air in here, so that dry air will be kind of eating this up a little bit. So again, we'll just catch a little bit of sprinkles by the evening hours, and then we can kind of see that just kind of go away once we get to about the 7 o'clock hour. Temperatures will be cooling down into those lower 60s and some 50s around the area overnight. For today, just expect to be increasing clouds, some spot showers. Winds will be light, 5 to 10 miles an hour today. I'm going to have more details on your forecast coming up in just a moment.
Skylar, thank you. Happening now, it's a race against the clock to find a group of tourists in a submersible that went missing in the Atlantic Ocean. Officials say a sub that takes tourists to see the wreckage of the Titanic lost contact with its guide vessel Sunday. And now search parties are scrambling to find the lost sub before the people on it run out of oxygen. Good Morning Providence reporter Yanni Trigelis is live with more on this frantic search. Yanni.
Well, Taralyn, with just 96 hours of oxygen on that sub, time is critical for the 5 people that are on board. And now it's been almost 48 hours since that submarine first went missing about 900 miles off the coast of Massachusetts. Now, this sub that was touring the Titanic, it is operated by Ocean Gate Expeditions, and it lost contact with the Ocean Gate ship, guiding them from above water just an hour and 45 minutes into its trip to the Titanic, 13,000 feet underwater, the Atlantic Ocean, Sunday morning. Now, search is now underway by the U.S. and Canadian Coast Guard to find those sub passengers using sonar and radars that are able to reach above and below the water. And at this point, it's still unclear what could have caused the sub to lose contact with its guide ship above water. But as time continues to pass, experts, they're trying to piece together exactly what may have happened.
It could have been an accident. It could have become entangled in the wreckage of Titanic. It could indeed have had a catastrophic failure. The answer is we don't know just yet.
There is a mechanism whereby you can release weight and this thing can float to the surface. So I'm just hoping that that works.
And tickets for that Titanic tour on the 21-foot sub costs about $250,000 per person. And we have learned that on board of the missing vessel is British billionaire Hamish Harding. Again, that search becoming more and more desperate as time continues to tick on. Again, 96 hours of oxygen in that submarine. We're now coming up on 48 hours since that crew first went missing. And joining in on the search today, along with the U.S. and Canadian Coast Guards, is a crew from New York with C-130 planes to search from above water. We're live in New Bedford. Yanni Trigelis, ABC 6 News.
Yanni, thank you. Good morning, Providence. Following developing news out of Cranston this morning, a deadly head-on crash kills one person and seriously injures another. It happened on Scituate Ave around 9 o'clock last night, according to Cranston police. Two vans colliding. The impact so severe, firefighters, they needed the jaws of life to get one of the victims out of the damaged vehicle. One of the vans was carrying oxygen tanks, making this an active hazmat situation in addition to being a deadly head-on crash. The victim remained hospitalized with serious injuries. And a wrong-way driver on 95 in Connecticut was arrested early Monday morning and will face a judge. According to police, 82-year-old Paul Usenya of Exeter, Rhode Island, was pulled over for driving on the wrong side of the road, but not before his car hit the vehicle of a state trooper who pulled him over. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and Usenya refused all field sobriety tests. He's going to be arraigned in July. A Johnston man was arrested in New Bedford for allegedly trafficking fentanyl. Now, New Bedford police say 29-year-old Ellison Jean is charged with trafficking nearly 50 grams of fentanyl. And the arrest came after a traffic stop. Police believe fentanyl was being distributed out of the car. We have new details at 6:35. The U.S. and China are pledging to take steps towards repairing their strained relationship. The effort follows high-stake talks between the U.S. Secretary of State and China's president. ABC's Justin Finch picks up the story from there.
In Beijing, a critical face-to-face meeting between China's President Xi Jinping and U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Their meeting confirmed only minutes before the leaders sat down together, and as ties between the two countries hit a concerning low.
We have no illusions about the challenges of managing this relationship.
Blinken, the first U.S. Secretary of State to visit China in 5 years, talking with Xi for 35 minutes after hours of meetings with China's foreign minister and U.S. envoy.
I raised U.S. concerns, shared by a growing number of countries, about the PRC's provocative actions in the Taiwan Strait, as well as in the South and East China Seas.
Blinken saying China refused to resume military-to-military communications while referencing that close call between a Chinese warship and a U.S. destroyer earlier this month in the Taiwan Strait. And high above the South China Sea, a Chinese fighter jet seen buzzing close to a U.S. plane. The secretary saying the U.S. is adhering to the One China policy and not supporting Taiwan independence. China accusing the U.S. of trying to contain its rise militarily and economically. Blinken says the two sides found some common ground, agreeing to explore a joint effort to stem the spread of chemicals used to make fentanyl. As the U.S. remains frustrated over China's stance on the war in Ukraine and cyber espionage, more high-profile talks expected.
I'm hoping that over the next several months, I'll be meeting with Xi again.
Blinken's trip was originally set for February, but was delayed after that Chinese spy balloon flew into U.S. airspace. And though no major breakthroughs came of this round of talks, the two sides have at least opened some diplomatic doors. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Taking a look outside at 95 at Branch right now with our ABC 6 Skycam. At 6:38, let's take a look at some travel times for you. All right, 195 westbound State Line to the 95 split, about 3 minutes, looking okay there. 24 northbound, different story, Fall River to Route 93, about 45 minutes. It has ticked up. You're in the yellow there, moving slow, so please take your time and drive with caution out there. And a special display of goodnight lights for patients at Hasbro Children's Hospital. The Hot Club, one of several places along the Providence River where people were shining lights at the windows of the hospital in honor of the patients who passed away. The Hot Club set off a brief fireworks display to round out their flashlight signaling from across the river. According to a post on the Facebook page of Goodnight Lights, last night's lighting was in honor of Mackenzie Enos and Thomas Harrington. The RISPCA is asking the public not to abandon animals at the shelter after a cat was found outside their facility Monday morning. Shelter staff says the 5-month-old tabby cat was in a litter box weighed down by a rock. A spokesperson with the RISPCA says this isn't the first time someone has abandoned an animal outside the shelter, and it's not the right way to surrender a pet. The shelter, they can waive the surrender fee for those who can't pay it, and the cat is safe and healthy and will soon be up for adoption. It's 6:39, still to come on Good Morning Providence. Millions of flightless insects known as Mormon crickets have now descended on swaths of Nevada. Why the western states are being inundated with these bugs. Skylar.
Temperatures in the 50s this morning. We're going to warm up quickly as we head through the day. We'll see just about what we saw yesterday, upper 60s and low 70s. Could see a couple little spot showers as we head into the evening hours, but those clouds will start to increase through the day. New Bedford, here's your 4-day forecast. Today you'll get in those upper 60s. It'll be partly cloudy. By tomorrow you'll be 70 degrees. Moving into Thursday, upper 60s with some overnight showers moving into the area, and you'll see some scattered showers on Friday, high of 74. I'm going to have your full 7-day forecast coming up after the break.
Call the Car Wreck Pro at 1-800-LAW-1222. I'm attorney Rob Levine, the heavy hitter.
Breathe new life into every room in your home with easy updates that fit your style. And now get up to 60 months no interest. Experience the choices at Jordan's.
And now please welcome Anna Montoya.
Hello there, fellow students.
When I decided to go back to school, I was worried about how I was going to juggle work and my family obligations. New England Tech made it easier in every aspect. The transferring process was easy. You come here and you meet people that are just as passionate as you, and it's so easy to get motivated and stay motivated. I'm at the finish line, and I'm ready to go into my career, and this school has completely prepared me for that.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
No.
Of course not.
Not again.
Get your Toyota ready for that summer road trip. See your New England Toyota dealer for great service offers to help keep your Toyota dependable and fuel efficient all summer long. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
These are spectacular. I wonder who the artist is.
Glorious colors.
I can see myself in that backyard.
Cambridge pavers bring a backyard to life. And Cambridge pavers will keep their rich colors and stay beautiful for years to come, thanks to the unique Armortech process. Let Cambridge make a masterpiece of your home. With Armortech, you'll have your dreams come true.
Can an oven-roasted turkey breast pack so much succulent flavor that the mere glimpse of it induces turkey sandwich daydreams? If it's Hillshire Farm, oh, hell yeah.
6:42 stories making national headlines this morning. A Mormon cricket crisis is expanding in the western U.S. The insect surge began in Idaho a few weeks ago, and the bugs are now heading south and causing a mess as they make their move. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details.
Millions of flightless insects known as Mormon crickets have now descended on swaths of Nevada, taking over homes in the city of Elko, Nevada, blanketing roads, even the local hospital. Some homeowners are using vacuums and power washers to clear out the crickets. Killing the 2-inch-long plump crickets can lead to a smell described as burning flesh. The sheer quantity of insects on the streets now forcing the Nevada Department of Transportation to use plows and warn of slick roads due to the squashed bugs.
It's almost like an oil slick. I actually, at this intersection, was coming home, and as I came around the corner, I came around a little too fast, and I about ended up in the ditch full of water. It was pretty intense.
Outbreaks of Mormon crickets have been recorded throughout history across the West in Nevada, Idaho, Utah, Montana, and Oregon, causing widespread damage to crops and other vegetation. Experts say the crickets have a 4 to 6 year cycle and then go dormant. For people in Elko, relief can't come soon enough.
They just eat, because they eat everything. Anything in their path, they'll eat, including each other.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
The search for British actor Julian Sands has resumed. Sands was first reported missing in January after going hiking in the San Gabriel Mountains northeast of Los Angeles. More than 80 search and rescue volunteers, deputies, and staff took part in the search in remote areas across Mount Baldy on Saturday. They were supported by 2 helicopters and drone crews, but they didn't find him. Sands, he's best known for his work in shows like 24, in the movies A Room with a View and Arachnophobia. The Utah author is suing the estate of the husband she is accused of killing. Corey Richins filed a civil lawsuit against the estate of Eric Richins. She is fighting for half of all equity in the couple's home. Their house is worth nearly 5 times what the couple paid for in 2012, but the legal title was in Eric's name. Richins also wants the court to honor the couple's prenuptial agreement, which gives her Eric's share in his stone masonry business since he died while they were married. A tornado touched down on Monday in Moss Point, Mississippi. The video caught driving east on Interstate 10. The twister downed trees and power lines. The city's mayor says rescue workers pulled at least 8 people to safety who had been trapped in a damaged bank building.
We got to hollering, me and his wife, we got to hollering because we were scared. Next thing I know, we saw everything flying every which way. The wind was blowing. It sounded like a train. It just came busting through everything. We heard the windows busting out. Then we saw the shingles, everything went to flying every which way. The roof, it just took the roof slap off.
Wow, just frightening. Now, this storm, it also ruined several other structures, including a church and several Moss Point High School buildings. So far, no one has been reported injured.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
We're looking outside. So we've got some sunshine coming down, especially to the south. But if we kind of look over to the side, we have these increasing clouds. So depending on where you're at, you're going to have these increasing clouds starting to move through the area as we head into the day today. So 53 degrees in Providence. Winds are out of the northeast at about 3 miles an hour. Newport, you're at 54 degrees right now. Winds are out of the north and northeast at 3 miles an hour. So a pretty light wind this morning. Temperatures as you're waking up, we're in those lower 50s around the area, but we do start to warm up very quickly. If you're making your commute up to Boston, it's 58 degrees. I know a lot of people have been heading out to Block Island to do some tours. It's 58 in Block Island, 56 in Westerly this morning. Our forecasted highs for the day, we're looking just about like what we saw yesterday, those upper 60s around the area, especially along the coastline. And as we start to move inland, we'll be in those low 70s through the day today. So we had this high pressure system that is just a little bit too far to the north of us for us to really just see some clear skies. So we'll still have those clouds increasing up through the day today. So you can kind of see we do warm up quickly this morning. But again, clouds move in. We'll see those clouds just moving in and out. And the showers, the spot showers start popping up a little further to the north of us. Now, once we get into the later afternoons, we'll start to see some of this start to creep into our area. And again, these will be a little bit spotty and they'll be light. We'll get some sprinkles out of it because we have a little bit of dry air intruding into this area. So that's going to eat up some of this moisture. So what it shows on the map here won't be as heavy. So some of you guys could catch some of those little light sprinkles today as we head into the later hours. By the time we get into the evening time, a lot of that clears up because the sun starts to set. And for us, we start to dry up and we start to clear up. So for today, just expect those increasing clouds throughout the day. Upper 60s and some low 70s around the area. We'll keep the winds pretty light, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. So here's a look at our future cast as we head into the overnight tonight. So we see those clouds kind of moving in and out. So we do clear up, but look at all the cloud coverage and what's to the south of me here. So the high pressure system, it stays to the north of us. So we're literally right on this line. So that means we'll continue to see some clouds building through the next couple of days, but we do dry up a bit. High pressure system moves out and we'll start to see some rain moving in for the weekend. So for Newport, here's your forecast. It's going to be high tide at 10:11 a.m. this morning. Your low tide will come in at 3:14 p.m. The conditions are pretty fair. Swells are about 2 to 3 feet. Water temperature a little bit warmer, 64 degrees. So really we're tracking the tropical right now. So right now we're watching the tropical storm Brett. So it's really starting to build out here in the Atlantic. It's going to start to track in. So what we're expecting with this, the waters are pretty warm here. We're in the 80s. And as it starts to move across the Lesser Antilles, it's going to be expected to become a hurricane by the time it reaches Puerto Rico. So if you have any travel plans or know anyone that might be heading down to the islands, you might want to just keep an eye on this as this track is still changing as it comes into the weekend. So it's expected to be around the Puerto Rico area on Saturday evening. Here's a look at our 7-day forecast. Tomorrow is the first day of spring, but it doesn't quite feel spring-like yet. We're going to be in those mid-70s. We start to warm up, but we have those scattered showers moving into the forecast. And unfortunately, I wish I could give you guys some better news on this. For Saturday, it looks like the scattered showers are going to be right in the middle of the afternoon. So you'll have a nice morning, you'll have a nice evening. You get the scattered showers in the afternoon. Sunday, we got some more scattered showers moving in. So it's not total washouts. Friday is looking like we're going to get more of the rain, but we're not talking like a ton of accumulations out of this. I think for the whole weekend, maybe a half an inch, a little over half an inch, depending on the area. So we could have some downpours here and there, but I think it's just going to be annoying. Is what it's going to be.
Yeah, a nuisance yet again.
Yeah.
Looks like a good time to spring clean if you didn't during the spring. It looks like a perfect time to clear all that out and get ready for summer since summer kicks off tomorrow, summer solstice.
I mean, I think you can enjoy some of the morning hours and the evening hours.
Yep.
You know, just keep an eye on the changing forecast.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
not
wish
looking
I
that
had.
great, but catch up on Netflix.
Yeah, indoor day.
Yeah.
Or something.
All right, we'll check it out. And 6:50, taking a look at entertainment news for you. Singer Bebe Rexha suffered a black eye after being hit by a phone thrown by a concert goer who is now under arrest. ABC's Kana Whitworth has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a shocking moment on stage. Singer Bebe Rexha hit in the eye mid-performance by a cell phone that was thrown by an audience member.
They turned on the lights and we started heading for the exits. That was definitely a hard hit and really shouldn't have happened after such a great night.
A 27-year-old New Jersey man was charged with assault for hurling the phone at Rexha. But this isn't the first time a fan has been caught behaving badly.
Some fans are making it extremely dangerous for both the artist and other people around.
Posting photos of her injuries Monday, her eye black and blue, the pop star also posting this video on TikTok to let her fans know she's okay.
I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling alright.
And coming up at 7 a.m., what Bebe is saying this morning as we take a closer look at the alarming trend of fans behaving badly at concerts. With your GMA First Look, I'm Kana Whitworth, ABC News, New York.
6:51, we'll be back with a look at your news on the go. Plus, Skylar's coming on back with your on the go forecast. You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6.
This morning, take a walk with Sarah Jessica Parker and Diane Sawyer.
Oh, I love it.
And just like that, it's Sex and the City 25 years later.
Did the clothes drive you crazy at some point?
Starting this morning, only on Good Morning America.
Watch ABC 6 News first at 4 immediately after Hot Bench.
Break out, I wanna shake out, I wanna get out. I gotta move. It's gonna be a Subaru summer.
Subaru summer is finally here. Take your summer thrills to the next level in the track-tested Subaru WRX with symmetrical all-wheel drive. Buy with 3.9% financing or lease for $385 per month.
It's gonna be a Subaru summer. It's gonna be a Subaru summer.
Save big and sleep better with a new mattress from Raymour & Flanigan. Get matched with the right mattress from our huge selection of top brands and save up to $1,300 off heirloom sets, 33% off Nectar, or a $200 MasterCard reward card when you purchase a Tempur-Pedic. Or get your new mattress for as little as $15 per month with no interest. Our mattresses are in stock and ready for free delivery tomorrow. Don't wait. Get your best rest with the right mattress for you. Only from Raymour & Flanigan.
Find the perfect talent to drive your business forward with BJ's Temp Service, Southern New England's premier supplier of labor. BJ's Temp Service provides a large network of labor across a variety of industries, including seafood processing, warehousing, manufacturing, housekeeping, and more. Simply let BJ's Temp Service know the skills you need, how many workers, and how long the assignment is, and they handle everything. Effortlessly hire top talent for your next project with BJ's Temp Service. We take the stress out of hiring. Call BJ's Temp Service today.
110 Grill, the perfect spot for lunch or a night out in Providence. Located downtown, 110 Grill offers delicious signature drinks, awesome apps, giant sandwiches, and specialty entrees in a modern, relaxed atmosphere. Our kitchen is certified allergy-friendly, and our entire menu can be made gluten-free. Go to 110grill.com to plan your visit or sign up for the loyalty program for special rewards.
Welcome back at 6:54. Time for your news on the go. All your headlines, weather, and traffic. Rescue crews from the Coast Guard are reaching a critical point in the search for a missing sub carrying 5 people touring the wreckage of the Titanic. Now, the ship left Newfoundland, Canada on Friday carrying a submersible operated by OceanGate Expeditions. The ship lost contact with the sub just shy of 2 hours into the dive, about 900 miles off the coast of Cape Cod. Water in that area of the Atlantic Ocean is as deep as 13,000 feet, complicating the search there. A head-on crash killed 1 person and seriously injured another in Cranston. It happened on Scituate Ave around 9 o'clock last night. According to Cranston Police, 2 vans collided after one crossed over the double yellow line. Firefighters had to use the jaws of life to get 2 victims out. One of the vans was filled with oxygen tanks, complicating matters for police as they worked to remove it from the scene. A wrong-way driver on 95 in Connecticut was arrested early Monday morning and will face a judge. According to police, 82-year-old Paul Usenia, who is from Exeter, Rhode Island, was pulled over for driving on the wrong side of the road, but not before his car hit the vehicle of the state trooper who pulled him over. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Usenia refused all field sobriety tests there. He's going to be arraigned in July. The city of Pawtucket is looking for local business owners who would like to take part in the final fireworks celebration at McCoy Stadium. Fans are invited to McCoy's final inning, which will kick off on July 3rd. People can go on the field for music, food, and games before the fireworks go off just after 9. Local business owners are invited to fill out a form to be part of the send-off. Forms for volunteers are also posted. We have all that on our website for you. That's abc6.com. Before you head out the door, let's take a look at the roads out there. You're taking a look at 610 right now with our ABC6 Skycam. Let's take a look at some travel times for you before you start your day. All right, 195 westbound State Line to the 95 split, still 3 minutes. 24 northbound Fall River to Route 93, still in the yellow, moving slow, about 44 minutes right there. Let's get a last check of that forecast with Skylar.
Well, what we can expect heading through the day today, increasing clouds, a couple of spot showers as we head into the later afternoon hours. Temperatures will be mild today, upper 60s and some low 70s around the area. Winds will be fairly light, about 5 to 10 miles an hour, so you can kind of see here those clouds increasing as we start to head through the day today. Though a lot of us will have some sunshine, so not everyone's going to have the clouds right off the bat, but mid-afternoon we'll see the clouds increase and then they'll start to move on out as we get some of those spot showers popping in around the area. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Tomorrow is the first day of summer, 74 degrees, but by the time we start to head into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we've got those showers starting to come into the forecast. Scattered showers, upper 70s around the area.
That's all for now. Good Morning America is coming up next. Be sure to join us for ABC6 News at noon. And for the latest news, traffic, and weather anytime, abc6.com is always on. Enjoy your Tuesday. We'll be back here tomorrow.
You Bet Your Life, weekdays at 4:30 on ABC6.
Hi, I'm ABC6 News anchor Tiffany Murphy. I know how hectic life can be, so give us 11 minutes at 11 o'clock, and we'll give you tonight's breaking headlines, updates on today's top stories. 11 minutes of non-stop commercial-free news and weather. Everything you need to know to get ready for tomorrow. Join me for 11 at 11, only on ABC6.
Non-drowsy Claritin D knocks out your worst allergy symptoms, including nasal congestion, without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Claritin D.
With Nurtec ODT, I can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks, all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur, even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
Ask about Nurtec ODT.
While most drivers spend their lives going from point A to B, in America, we're all about point X. That's why our most versatile BMW X-Range vehicles are proudly manufactured right here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. The BMW X-Range, your next X-Venture, starts here. Hurry in to lease a 2023 BMW X3 X-Drive 30i for $619 per month.
Stay tuned for Good Morning America, starting in 60 seconds with the nation's top headlines and news from around the world, live from Times Square in New York.
As a veteran, this truth is heartbreaking. From 1953 to 1987, Camp Lejeune had toxic chemicals in its water supply. This exposed thousands of veterans, families, and contractors to cancer-causing chemicals. If you or a loved one, even if they are now deceased, suffered from cancer or any other serious medical condition, and were at Camp Lejeune during this time, you may be entitled to compensation. I'm attorney Rob Levine, a veteran, and I'm here to help you. Call me before time runs out.
But there were some stumps in the water that we could not see. We were running about 38 miles an hour the last time I looked. And then, bam, big bang, and then I realized we'd flipped the boat.
He said, look over your left shoulder. So I turned my head and looked, and there was 3 alligators.
I was doing some heavy praying to myself.